Rich from Southern Estate. Today I want to talk about the 3 distinct trawlers. Now that I've owned all 3 trawlers, I can talk about them a little bit because I've owned them, I've docked them, I've been, I probably have 2,000 miles in the Sundeck, and I have probably over 1,000 miles in different docking with the Bureau, and then on the trunk model, we own that one down in California, and I probably owned that for a couple of years. So anyway, today I want to talk about the 3 distinct models, and we're talking about the 40-year-old trawlers here, not the Flemings or the Nordhavens or the Selanes or anything like that. These are the 40-year-old Taiwanese-built trawlers. And I want to tell you that distinct advantages and disadvantages. So today we're leaving Rogers City, heading to Mackinac Island. We're in I'm on America's Great Loop, and we've been on it now for 3 months. We're going into our 4th month now with over 3,500 miles behind us. So today, let's just break it down to the trunk trawler. Everybody knows what that is. It has a wraparound deck, a trunk on the back, and then a fly bridge up on top. The Sundeck has a 3/4 wraparound deck. Then you got to walk up some stairs, and you're on this back Sundeck. That's why they call it the Sundeck. And then typically you go up to a bridge. On the Euro style trawlers, that's a complete walk around at one level, and then you walk up some stairs, and then you're up on top of the bridge. And usually the bridges are pretty big up there. They're the entire length of it. So after owning all 3 of them, I'll tell you the advantages and disadvantages. So 2 great advantages to the trunk trawler and the Sundeck. I'll start right off with this versus my Euro is those 2 have 100% 2 bathrooms. And you wouldn't think that's important, but when you're traveling, somebody's got to go pee-pee and they can't. It's hard, so having the 2 bathrooms makes a huge difference to me. And that's 2 great advantages. Both, even my 34 CHB had 2 bathrooms in it, so you could go to and both 2 working heads. Same thing with the Sundecks. They typically will have, because you'll have a big master bedroom and you'll have your head in there, and then you'll have a head forward. On the Euro style trawlers, there's typically only 1 head in them on these 40-year-old Taiwanese trawlers. So it's a disadvantage, right, Chief?
Yeah.
So that's one advantage to those 2 models. So let's start out with the trunk trawler. That's the first one I owned, what I liked and what I didn't like about it. Easy to get around the deck. It had a nice deck on the back to walk on. I did not like going down the stairs, and I didn't like going into the side doors, going into the boat. Those were like distinct things. Some of the advantages to it had the rooms were fairly decent size. It had good closets. It had the 2 bathrooms in it. So and I did like that. Mine was a little bit smaller. Mine was a 34, so the kitchen and the living room were all up on top. But a great starter trawler, I think, and they're good. And you got a place to set your dinghy up on the back if you want to get it up out of the water. So it's one of the distinct advantages to the trunk trawler. The Sundeck. The Sundeck has typically got that big deck on the back, massive bedroom or aft staterooms in them with nice bathrooms in them, and then they're a good all-around boat. But they were a little bit. That boat was a little more challenging on the loop because docking it was a little more challenging. Even though we did a lot of mooring balls with it, you still got to pull it in the docks, and the locks were a little bit. It's a little bit weird on them. It's just something to think about when you're doing the Sundeck. Also, I did not like crawling. It got to me a little bit crawling into the doors from the sides there because they're not full-length doors, and then there's a lot of steps. And they only maybe 2 steps. 2 to 3 steps, but they're everywhere on that trawler.
I call them 3-step boats, but I don't have a problem with 3-step boats.
No, it was my, if I'm picking all 3 trawlers, it was my second favorite trawler just because there's a lot of advantages versus the disadvantages. Mine was a twin screw. All 3 of my 40-year-old Taiwanese trawlers have all had Ford Lehman engines in them, so I've been They're pretty bulletproof engines. I have never had anything major go wrong with any of them except the plug brake core was the only thing that ever stopped me. And 90% of your problems with these old Taiwanese trawlers is just a fuel problem. Filter got installed backwards or upside down or something. Anyway, we'll talk about that in another video. But the Euro style trawler, and I can't talk about the smaller Euro style trawlers because this one's a 44 footer, but it is only a 1 bathroom trawler, and there's 3 of us on the boat right now. Sometimes it gets to be a disadvantage. So that's one thing. It's great for docking. I thought it was great on in the locks. It was better in the locks.
Real easy to lock.
It was easier than the Sundeck was. It maneuvers. I don't think it maneuvers quite as well as my Sundeck did. I don't know why, but
like an elephant.
yeah, this thing's like an elephant. But I'm getting used to it, and I'm getting to where I can handle it better and better. But so the big disadvantage of it is the bedroom. But the single level layout, you have 3 sweeping steps that go down below, and you know, to me, this boat. Another thing that's a huge advantage and a disadvantage for the Sundeck is this boat right here. We put it in 100, not 100, yeah, probably pretty close to 100 different situations in docking. And I've never been in a situation where I couldn't get on or off this boat.
Yeah, I do love that. And also too, I love the dinghy on the front.
Now this again, the Sundeck actually probably the worst for that. So the 2 best trawlers for that is the Euro style and the Trunk Trawler. Those are your 2 best for docking and maneuvering and stuff like that.
And normally you can get off on the Euro, I noticed, in several locations on the boat, where those other 2 boats, usually you have to set up one station to get on and off the boat.
Yeah, but even the Trunk Trawler would be a lot like the Euro because it has the same level deck around it. So, and you have that walkway all the way around it, and that's what makes it easy.
Yeah.
So then, on you know, one of the advantages to like I said for the Euro style trawler is it's just flat. There's only 3 steps down below there, and then 1 out on the deck, and that's it. And I love the big doors you're going in full size door, full height doors, one on the side and 1 in the back there. So that's pretty nice. I really do like that. So it's just a quick overview. It's just giving you something to think about when you're looking at buying one of these trawlers. You know, just a couple things to think about. You got any questions? You need us to answer anything? Just leave a comment down below, and we'll get right back to you as quick as we can. It was nice meeting the people in Rogers City. We actually had somebody come out that didn't live too far away, and they're getting ready to buy their trawler, so they had a bunch of questions. And we were able to
real nice people, cute little dog.
Yeah. Anyway, peace out. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. And you got any questions, please feel free to ask. Bye.